Hello everyone, good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025 at 1000 hours. Happy last day of April, everybody. Wow, I can't honestly believe that we are on the last day of April. But anyway, today we have our day one outlook to look at today. Today we have our enhanced risk here for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, a little bit of Louisiana and Arkansas. We do have this slight risk encompassing parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. We also have a second slight risk up here that encompasses parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. By the way, let's see if I can do this video allergy free. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know. Anyway, we got a marginal risk that extends from parts of New Mexico going through Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, up into Kansas, a little bit of Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, going over into Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. We also have one over here that's for parts of North Carolina and Virginia. So, anyway, let's see what we've got for risks today, city-wise. We have Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland under an enhanced, St. Louis, Lubbock, Shreveport, Little Rock, and Waco under a slight, and Houston, San Antonio, Indianapolis, Austin, and Memphis under a marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for today's risks. Oh wow. Today we've got a 10% hatched tornado threat for parts of Texas. Actually mainly for Texas, but a little bit of Oklahoma and a little bit of Arkansas do have it. 5% we got parts of Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and a little bit of Louisiana there under the 5%. And then 2% we got extending from Texas through Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, up into Missouri, through Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. Looks like we got this other 5% here that's also for parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. So let's go see what we've got for city-wise. We have Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland under the significant severe as well as the 10% hatched. St. Louis, Shreveport, Little Rock, Waco, and Evansville under the 5%, and San Antonio, Austin, Louisville, Lubbock, and Springfield under a 2%. So I definitely will say for the 10% hatched area, you could see a EF2, maybe even an EF3 tornado possible. So that could be possible. 5% you could see a EF1, maybe to an EF2 possible. And 2% you could see a EF0 to an EF1 possible tornado. So please be mindful. That could be a risk for you today. Going to the damaging wind risk today, we've got a 30% for parts of Texas, a little bit of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana here. 15% we've got parts of Texas going into Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana under the 15%. And 5% we've got parts of New Mexico going through Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, a little bit of Mississippi, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana, a little bit of Ohio, and Kentucky. We also have this other 15% for parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. So we do have those areas, and then we also have this other 5% over here in Virginia and North Carolina. So we do have this potential here today. We have Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland under the 30%. St. Louis, Lubbock, Shreveport, Little Rock, and Waco under the 15%. And Houston, San Antonio, Indianapolis, Austin, and Memphis under the 5%. So I definitely am going to say, for the 30%, you could see damaging wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles per hour possible. So please be mindful that 60 to 80 miles per hour possible gusts could be possible. 15% you could see damaging wind gusts of 60 to 75 miles per hour. And 5% you could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So please be mindful. That could be a possibility for you today. Going into the hail risk today, we've got a 30% hatched for mainly Texas, but a little bit of Oklahoma and Arkansas have that as well. The 15% hatched is mainly for Texas. We have the normal 15% that extends from Texas through Oklahoma, and going into a little bit of Arkansas and Louisiana. We also have this other 15% up here in Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. We have this 5% here that extends from New Mexico through Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, a little bit of Kansas out here, up into Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and a little bit of Ohio. Oh, there goes the reset, and Kentucky. So let's see what cities we've got impacted with hail risk. We got Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland under the significant severe, as well as the 30% hatched. St. Louis, Lubbock, Shreveport, Waco, and Evansville under the 15%. San Antonio, Indianapolis, Austin, Oklahoma City, and Cincinnati under the 5%. So I definitely will say for the 30% hatched, you could see hailstones of 1 to 5 inches possible, maybe 4. I wouldn't say 5, but maybe 4. 15% hatched, you could see 1 to 3.5 inch hail. 15% you could see 1 to 3 inch hail, that's normal. And 5% you could see 1 to 2 inch hail possible. So please be mindful wherever you may be, you might be experiencing some hail. Going into the summary for today, it does say scattered severe thunderstorms are possible on later today into this evening from the southern plains into the lower Ohio Valley, with the greatest risk expected across north central Texas into the Arklatex region. Large to very large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes are all possible, with some strong tornado potential. So yes, we do have that potential today as well. So there's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day one outlook. So I do really hope you stay weather aware and stay safe. And make sure you have multiple ways of getting warned of any severe warnings today. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. I will be back later with the day 2 outlook. And would you look at that? We had a video, we had an allergy-free video. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. Take care, everybody.